1,000 watts, 1,000 watts, 1,000 watts. We in the building, good people. Tonight, all we gonna be doing is blasting the music, and we gonna let it roll through the night. Of course, we're gonna have our own red lipstick vibes from YouTube. One of them are good people, and we just gonna let her roll through. She got some good conversation she having with some heavy hitters. I see you now. Well, I'll let you see it once we get to it. Let's get right into the jams. people, good people, good people, good people. We're back just like that. So, Red Lipstick Vibe, she'll be talking about children, parents, and all the above. So, let me give you something. It says, now these quotes, true but funny. These quotes I'm about to tell you are true but funny. So, the first one says, let me see, pick a good one. It says, an only child usually run everything around the house except errands. To me, that was funny. I'm not an only child. I don't have a only one. I have 3 children, so I wouldn't know what that's all about. But I'm sure to those who have one child, you understand. I could see it. People who have one child, they kind of try to give them the world. Let me give you another one real quick. It says the only thing children wear out faster than shoes are parents. Now that right there, I totally agree with. I thought that, we as parents, after 18, it's over with, because, that's what our parents used to tell us. When you get 18, you gotta go. When you get 18, you out of here. But I found out that, nope, that's not true. That's all false. Once you turn 18, you just turn 18, because guess what? After you turn 20, 21, 22, you still gonna need your parents for whatever it may be, whether it's spiritually, mentally, emotionally, monetarily, you gonna need your parents. So all I gotta say is just don't believe the hype and the children gotta get out at 18. Nah, we ain't doing that. So let's get into Red Lipstick Vibes and let her do her thing. Yeah.
No. Okay, let me finish. So I know you had a child before you got married. So how did that affect you? Or did you feel like you had consequences? Or did you feel ashamed to come to your family? So like on the video, Sarah was ashamed to come into her family and telling that she was pregnant. Her sister had to do it. So could you kind of elaborate on how you felt, and were you able to just come out to your parents? They created a safe space for you to just come to them and tell them.
As Sir Hale says, kids are bad, and I was one of them bad kids. So I got pregnant. I was 16 when I had my now 19-year-old son. And I showed up to my mom's house. I said, oh, hey, guess what? I'm pregnant. That's exactly how I said it. And I said, and I'm moving out. So that's exactly, I was already prepared because I knew she wasn't going to let me stay there. I knew what the consequences were. Mm-hmm. However, we didn't have that relationship where I was comfortable listening to her anymore because the respect was gone. And this goes back to how women hold the power to, I guess, have us as daughters perceive our fathers. And for a long time, I perceived my father as a bad person. He was a bad man until I grew up, got older, and realized, well, someone was lying to me. So that created like this anger, I guess, in a sense, where I was just like, I'm going to be rebellious. I'm going to be a bad little girl because you've been lying to me this whole time. You didn't give me the respect to be honest with me and put your feelings aside and raise me as unbiased as you could, where I'm just going to fuck up all the time because I'm mad at you. And I ended up getting pregnant, and I already knew I was going to move out. I already knew I had to fend for myself. I already knew I had to work. I knew I wanted to finish with a high school diploma. I knew I was going to finish with a Regents diploma, although it means nothing because New York State is a joke, but whatever. That's for another podcast. But I knew that I was going to make it one way or another because that's just who I was. That was my resiliency. And that's exactly what I did. And she, for a long time, she was, oh, you treated me so bad. At the end of the day, it's not about you. It was never about you. It was how you raised your daughters and how you have 3 kids. And all 3 of us were raised 3 different ways. So, it's like, when does she take accountability? Because I've taken accountability for everything I've done. Even till today, when I mess up with the kids, I'm like, I'm sorry. There's no book. I messed up. How do we grow? How do we move from this? But I do apologize, because that's one thing I never heard. I never heard, hey, I'm sorry. And sometimes that's all daughters need to hear. You know, I'm sorry, I messed up. I didn't know what I was doing. I shouldn't have done that. How do we grow from here? So I didn't have that space where I could go to my mom and say, hey, listen, what is sex? What does this mean? And I just came out and say it because I was just like being fresh at that point. I didn't care about her feelings the same way I felt she didn't care about mine. So it was kind of like that retaliation. So I wouldn't say I had a safe space. I just created my own space and then I bounced. So that you know.
She said a lot.
A lot, yeah. But
a lot, yeah.
But this is typical stuff, man. I've been back out in this city. I was running around being a terrorist, but it would end up with women, and her story is pretty much normal. You know what I mean? Young women, this is pretty normal. That you got these little girls, as confident as she may sound, like she's up here, she sound confident, but there's another 100 or so in her city that didn't make it, that ended up in the strip club. You know what I'm saying? Like, it sounds good because she made it, but you have a very immature 18-year-old making decisions like that, permanent decisions like that can hurt herself. That can end up having her and her child hurt. However, what does it stem from? What's the root? The mother being a liar.
Yeah, exactly. And that's the part I was just about to say. You know, it's so many young girls are being poisoned against their fathers, who would, you know, and that's like, you know, one of the main things they really need, because the fathers are the ones that really give the structure and, you know, and show them what a man should or should not do, and validate them as well, so that they won't look for men to validate them. And a lot of times I hear women be like, you know, your daddy ain't this and your daddy ain't that, and he don't love you. And just like she said, it was a big lie the whole time.
I have. Go ahead.
And because they're bitter. They're mad at daddy, so they try to separate, you know, the children from the father. And not knowing that you're not just hurting the father, you're hurting your children, because you think that they only need mama. No, they need daddy too.
But that's the thing. They do know that, and that's what she's talking about. So what she's talking about, my mom lied to me. You do know you're hurting the child, but you saying F your child. So it makes the child look back over when she's 18 or whatever. She's seen her dad go, This is a fake. This is fake. My whole life is fake. They put them in position to say that because I don't have an identity, and this person I've been stuck with my whole life is a liar. But we've had birthday parties, we've had Thanksgiving, we've had Christmas, we've had trips, and you sat in my face and you told me I love you, but you were lying because you don't. Because if we take mom away from that situation and we put a boyfriend in that situation, or we reverse the genders, and it's a male in that and his girlfriend, any other situation, that's a liar. That's somebody that sits in front of you, tell you they love you, but they don't. You hiding important things from me. First of all, my relationship with my parent, your relationship with your parent is not your other parent's business. You don't have a right to make it.
We're going to pause it there, give it a break. We'll be right back. Let's drop into some more music, and we can keep the thing rolling, not get too heavy, get heavy but not too heavy. So all right, let's do it. All right, let's go. we back. So that was it was that song, that track right there actually been used. But next time I come on, I might have to find it and put the vocals with it. It's one of my dear cousins, Mac T, So Smooth. He called it Pretty Sunny Day. So we named it PSD, Pretty Sunny Day. He wrote the track like a bite. So next time I come on, I'll probably try to have that pulled up and first let you hear the instrumental. Then I come back and let you hear the actual vocals on it. Let's see. Let's get ready to go back into Red Lipstick vibe. Let's see. Let me see. More children stuff. Okay, let's see. I got one. This is. Let me see. Who is this? Who is this by? Children enjoy the present. Children enjoy the present because they have neither a past nor a future. That's La Bruyère. I'm not sure who is this guy, but yeah, that's pretty good. Let me do another one. That one's okay. Say, children are a great comfort in your old age, and they help you reach it faster too. So, yeah, like I said, it's some funny stuff in here, but it's got a lot of truth to it. So let's get back into Red Lipstick vibes. Yep, yeah.
A decision as a dad, like I've never done with my son, what relationship he can have with his mom. I can't make that. That's not my business. That particular thing is that's their thing that belongs to them and them only. Your job as a mom is to never make a decision based off your child's relationship with their dad. That's not your business. You're the closest person to it, but right. that's theirs.
That's their relationship, yeah.
Yeah. So this is much more typical than people think. But you've been on Palmer Channel, you've seen the stories.
Oh my God.
Oh my, yeah.
I see. It's another thing that I picked up when she was talking. She was saying her mom had 3 kids and all 3 of them were raised differently. In the back of my mind, I'm thinking, well, not necessarily how, her mom is, but I know they have different, fathers. And I know there are several times I hear or see women treat their kids differently based on who's the daddy.
Yep. Absolutely. Absolutely.
Well, I won't treat you bad because I ain't like your daddy. And I'm going to treat you like gold because I love your daddy.
That's why I despise because what you just explained verbatim is literally what single mother is. I despise that term, and I always say single motherhood doesn't exist as a solution to it, because what that means is you and your child are dating,
right?
And your relationship status influences your motherhood.
Yep.
So you are a mother, period. And you can't be a single mother because you have a mother. You have 2 mothers. In fact, you have 3. You have 2 grandmothers and you have a mother. And then you got great grandmothers. So how did you get single out of that? Your mother, you got a mother, that's 2 grandmothers, that's 4 great grandmothers, that's 8 mothers. How did you get single out of that?
Right, you're not single. Right, exactly. Only that acting out. So crazy.
Shout out to Ambivet, shout out to Jenny Morena.
Yeah, so bad. All right, let's continue.
That's what I had to do.
Yeah. Okay, brother and sis.
Indeed. I agree with everything you guys said, especially Mimi just now. Just not having a father. So I definitely know what that anger, resentment, so on and so forth. But not like the missus. The missus can speak to that a little better than me.
Oh yeah, the fatherless daughter syndrome, right? It's ways out of that. Like she said, being able to build with that other parent, and giving them the opportunity to have their side. He pretty much opened up that window. I wasn't fully without my father. It was siblings, 10 of them. from my grandmother. So I had an abundance of aunt and uncles. He was just absent. It was that type of dynamic. If I needed to go where he was, we knew where he was. One of them street dudes, a Pookie Ray Ray. You know what I mean? But I had a lot of brothers and a lot of boy cousins and uncles, so I grew up with an abundance of different types of boys and men. So I knew they were different. They all weren't like my father. So, to have that hurt and pain of that man to pass on to other men that I liked or enjoyed or whatever was unfair. And I knew that deep down, even as a young girl. So I have to give kudos to my mother too, because she wasn't, a bashful woman. She didn't bash him. She really couldn't, because, his family raised her. So it was that type of dynamic, they supported her. And, if it wasn't for her, we wouldn't even be going over there. So bless her heart. So any hate or fear or trauma I got from that was because it was my reflection and what I saw and what I didn't get from him. It's something to go in the Staten Island ferry with your friends to go hang out, and you see your father sleeping, homeless, crackhead in the ferry, and your friend notices him, not you, and you're hiding all of that. We didn't go say hello, so that was a deep moment for a 12, 13-year-old young girl. So it's an experience, and I say you guys are absolutely needed. And I'm glad I got in the end to know his side. He was a very unintelligent man with not a great support system, with not great mentors, growing up in a society in the 50s and the 60s, so I can't put that much blame on him. So a forgiving heart is awesome. And I hope there's a lot of fatherless daughters that would be able to have that, because it's very peaceful, to be able to forgive him and move on with my life and be able to raise my daughters with a great man, and not to blame him for that man's transgressions, So bless y'all's hearts. Stay in them girls' lives, because it's needed.
Yes.
So I got a question.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think, listening to Nikki's story, do you think that not just the daughters, but kids in general, where the father is absent, should they seek him out, just to get his side and to get that closure with that parent? No.
All right. We'll answer that question when we get back. Well, let me go ahead and answer it now. Yes, you should. I know women a lot of times need closure and a lot of stuff. And as a man, I don't think men need as much closure. We just kind of like build off of what we got and just keep it moving, and, hold our head high. It comes with that pride and being able to, walk like a man, talk like a man, do what a man do. So yeah, that's me answering the question. So when you get back, we'll go into it, and if you could just go down in the comments and tell me what you think. I would appreciate it. If you think the child should try to seek out the parent and just kind of like get closure, especially if they wasn't there or whatever the case, because that's a big thing. Yes, and I agree with Mrs. She said, please, fathers, stay in your daughters' lives, because they do need us. Let's go ahead and get into the next song. I got something special for y'all. I think y'all really gonna like, because I know I got a lot of old school people up in here, I don't know if I got any young Thundercats, but I got some old school folks, so I know y'all gonna like this next one. If y'all really like it, I think I'm gonna play it twice. And then we'll do what we do after that. All right, y'all ready? Let's go. Yeah, I know y'all was feeling that one. Ain't no probably in that one. I know y'all was feeling that one. Let's see. So I got two good quotes for you. One is more like a quip, and I'll read the quip first. It says, to adults, the most annoying thing about children is that they're so childish. I thought that was a little catch funny, so it might be not so funny to you, but it was to me. Now here's a good one. This is a good one. It says, all children need love, especially those who do not deserve it. That's deep and that's facts. So let's get back into red lipstick vibes.
No matter what the age is?
Always, because you get your identity from your dad. And your dad is really where you get your purpose from and your security. And both children, but even as a man, like I have a little boy. He's 6, right? He's my first biological child, but my first child was my goddaughter. Mm-hmm. I became a goddad at 15. And dads make the biggest difference. Like they'll have friends, they'll have cousins, they'll have sisters, but being a dad is what makes the difference in little girls the most. They blossom when they have a man that loves them, when they know a man loves them. And y'all are the ones that populate the planet the most. So it's actually imperative that men are around little girls, their daughters, right? Even more than boys, because my son is low maintenance. I'm not about to smother him. I can't do the mother smother because I'm his dad. He watches me, he mimics what I do. I give him his space. But little girls are usually right next to their dads, want to sit on their lap, right up under them, want to bring everything to them every 2 or 3 seconds. You know what I'm saying? They need and love so much attention from their dad. So it's way more important. Not I don't want to say it like that, because it is case by case. Some little boys are like soft and loving. Like my son is one of them soft and loving children. Some little boys are just little boys. I'm about to run into a brick wall, pat him up, let him go back out there. But in my viewpoint, from having a goddaughter, from having 2 nieces, it's like that's priority to have, little girls be with their dads. But to your question, I think, when they have been deprived of their dad and mom has talked bad crap, it's not almost a part of their identity is being attacked when dad is being attacked, and they have to be around dad. Like I think her name was Michelle, the first young lady that spoke. Mm-hmm. And she finally gets to dad, and she's like, okay, somebody's lying. That right there is not something that we should just pass over real quick, because that's trauma. Correct. It's traumatizing. It's not like two of my friends, one friend says one story, the other friend says, no, your mom and your dad is you. That's who you come from. This is my identity at war with each other. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? So,
Yes, Toya, you're absolutely right. Yeah, it's very important, and I think a lot of these ladies that are having kids outside of marriages tend to forget that part.
Yes.
Or knowingly or knowingly. And I think because the single motherhood, I know you don't like the single mother thing, but that's what you call it. The single motherhood is so celebrated, and it's become the norm that it looks, back in the day, it looks weird for a woman to be single and have a kid. Now it looks weird that a woman has a husband, or the father in the child's life. It looks weird.
Right.
It's reversed.
Yep.
So I saw a comment by Simone here. Why do some women punish every man for what their fathers did? What you think?
Because they're not allowed to blame their mom for what she did.
Ooh. Yes.
They're not allowed.
Exactly. Because you can't talk back to Big Mama now. You can't tell Mama she did wrong, because
so
Mama was God.
Because
Mama at all costs.
Because what happens is now that I can't hold my mother accountable for any reason, to any degree imaginable, I have this influx, I got like this unsolvable amount of debt that I want to make any and every male pay for, because that's the only person I'm allowed to attack as males. Now all of y'all gonna pay for what he did or what she said he did, and then she's always thinking about what she said he did, knowing that she's not honest, knowing that she's really the target.
Exactly. Yeah. And you can even look at it like, okay, so I know you saw the whole thing with the 50 Cent thing. When that boy was talking, you can hear his mama all through the conversation. And that becomes, the child's life, their child's view of said parent. Because it's sort of like indoctrination.
Yep. It's like programming one part of your computer to attack the other.
Exactly. Right. And somebody else said something earlier. Jenny says, and then you tend to separate the identity between good and evil, right and wrong, up and down.
Yes.
It's identity crisis when your parents get, come on. Yes.
Absolutely. Absolutely, Jenny. You're right. That's exactly it.
Welcome to everybody that's just popping in. I see Toya T. Jenny's back. Miss She said is in the house. So, baby.
1,000 watts. We'll take a break. I know she bringing in guests and she greeting people, so we'll just take a little break. I'm gonna have one coming in and one coming out. A quote. Let's see what this quote says. It says, I like this one because it's teaching us, it's showing us, it's telling us. So listen up, people. It says, parents who bring up their children best are those who exercise most tact, self-control, and authority. So you should always exercise all of these things when you're dealing with your children. I know they get a little bit of they get a little worrisome at times, but I know you and I can get through it. It's like one of the things said, they childish, but that's another way of saying they get on your nerves. But anyway, let's get into this next song, and let's do it. Yeah. I like that one too. It's called Basic. Basic, yeah. It sounded basic. No more some pianos, some 808s, and some snares and some hi-hats. Basic. Let's see. Let me see. Can I find a good one? It says. Let me see. Let me try this one. Let's see. It says, "Train a boy in the way he should go, and he will depart from it in the days of his manhood." I don't know. That's kind of contradicting what the scriptures say. So it said, "Train up a child in the way that it should go, and they shall not depart from it." So I don't know about that one. Let's see. Let's try another. It says, "Every parent knows how to bring up children, that is his neighbors." See, that's funny. I guess. All right, people, let's get back into the screen.
Hey, girl.
What's up, Miss? She said.
All your content creators, if you have a page, if you put hashtag RLV, Nightbot will drop your link, and so that everybody can subscribe to each other. Over here, we support everybody that support us. Good day, baby.
Shout out to Savannah. Shout out to Stephen Day. Shout out to Jay Ali. Big Bad Bull in the building.
Yeah. Hey, sis. Oh, she said, you taking a break from the baby? Oh, my goodness. Okay, let's finish up.
Yep.
Mac, do you have anything on the video?
Yeah, that was a wild one. But what I think what happens with those girls like that, because I don't know if it's just a well-known thing, but they say that like.
Shout out to Sir Hill with the $4.99 super chat. Hey, Sir Hill, I was talking about you and I clipped you up.
Peace, Sir Hill.
Like, church children are wild. Like,
Don't you do it. Don't you do it.
What?
Don't you do it.
What?
Don't you say that.
Freaks.
Hey, he said it. I mean,
No, I do not know.
And I ain't even putting it out there like that.
I do not know.
But I think where it comes from is the same thing I was talking about earlier. Is that if like I don't know if the children that's being raised in the church a lot of times it's always don't do this, don't do that, don't do this, don't do that, instead of why you don't do that, the consequences of it. So without knowing the consequences, you're gonna wild out. You know what I mean? Just what Michelle was saying about with her mama. Whatever she was dealing with the moms and just putting you out, you know what I mean? Like, so, and wanting that apology, So when I talk to my goddaughter all the time, because she beefing with both her mom and her dad, and I know both of them, right? So I still explain to her, like, you got to understand that they was kids. They didn't know what they was doing. So if you expect an apology from them, that they don't think they did nothing wrong. They think that's what's supposed to go on. You know what I mean? But it doesn't. Like,
right.
But
now, how often do we hear that? That whole I didn't know better, or I was young and dumb.
Yeah.
And this is why, I raised you this way.
Yeah. That's just the sickness that we have. It's like this. Palmer, Mr. Palmer called back. He calls. He said a baby mama terrorist always have a fallback nigga.
Yeah.
But we have fallback excuses.
Exactly. Yeah.
And that's one of them. If I can't be the person that I want to be, I can always say the same thing that we always say, and that's supposed to alleviate me from being responsible. And then after that happens, it's like there's no plan for that. Like, I can fall back on that, and then people are not going to judge me and da-da-da-da-da. But then what do you become when you do that?
Right.
It's like sometimes we know the price of not being able to pay the rent, but how much is it's gonna cost? If we don't pay the rent, how much is it gonna cost? It's gonna cost. If we got a child, their sense of security is gone for a while, right? Yes, your security is gone for a while when you don't make ends meet with yourself. You know what I'm saying? Get you from where you are to where you're supposed to be. You know, and some things that need to end, like they say, like the old folks say. When I grew up, stop being a child, I put away childish things.
Right, exactly. Yeah. Okay.
That's a tough one with that video, but that's where I think it come from though, as far as like they wild out like that because it's all don't do this, don't do this, don't do this. And that's just like when you're in a church, it's the same way. Like how many times you been sitting in the church and it feel like he talking to you. And you know, and you don't never go up there or nothing or talk to him like face to face. It just feel like somebody fussing at you. You know, so that's how I think those situations happen.
Well, you know, we got to bring back
Okay,
shame,
kosher.
you know, which I don't think is going to happen in our lifetime. But there was a time, you know, Red Lipstick and I, we grew up similar backgrounds. I grew up in the church, Pentecostal holiness, and it was a time there was shame, but there's no more shame, and there's a consequence for bad behavior, and when people make bad choices, you got to let them walk that plank. The problem now is that we're going through a dark vortex where we more or less aggrandize bad behavior instead of more or less calling it out. And yeah, that's true. Yeah, kids are curious. You know, I remember I was in church. You know, kids were getting it in. You know, I was a black nun. I won't get none. You know, I was just saying yes, Lord, every time I deal with them girls in the choir. But can y'all hear me?
Yeah, we hear you.
Okay, yeah. So I was just saying yes, Lord, when I'm gonna deal with them girls in the choir. But you heard what Jake's daughter said. She said that she knew the consequence. And the fact that she didn't honor her father, his name, his brand, lets me know that she was rebelling. And so in situations like that, you know, you can teach a child, you can guide them, you can do whatever. But then some will argue that maybe he was too involved in ministry. That's why she strayed. But it's so many variables. We don't know the whole story. Sometimes kids just got hormones. They want to get it in. And then, you know, they used to say, if the devil can't get the preacher, they get the child. So it's definitely layers to it. But in a nutshell, if a person do something wrong, they need to suffer the recompense of their error, you know, because now there's no consequence. And having a child that young, she got to ask herself the question that she mess up her value as it relates to getting a top tier dude. You know, we understand people make bad choices as young people. And we understand that there are different dynamics that play a role in how a child is more or less socialized. But sadly, you know, the road to hell is paved with good intentions. And there's a consequence for bad behavior. And we can't save people from it. We can teach them. Hopefully we can let them learn. But you got to go through the fire. Like Sir Hill said, kids now are difficult. They're bad. And many times they're trying to challenge you and tell you what you're doing is wrong. The level of disrespect now is appalling, in my opinion. I saw it many times when I worked with juveniles, with the Department of Juvenile Justice. But
Yeah. 1000 Watt Radio, 1000 Watt Radio, 1000 Watt Radio. Kosher was definitely cooking right there. Nowadays, he right. These kids be off the chain. They be wilding out, trying to handle you in a kind of way. But you know, as an adult and as the head figure, you gotta definitely stay in your circle, stay in your ground, or on your square, however you want to say it. But yeah, you definitely have to, like I said earlier in that quote or that quip, whichever one it was, you know, you have to show that authority. So yeah, he was cooking right there, and we'll get back to that cooking in about a minute or two once I drop this next track. Let me see, should I drop this? Let me see if I can find a good quip for y'all real quick. Let's see. It says, this one says, let's do some chess. It says, age brings wisdom to some men and to others chess. Yeah, that's a good one. I ain't no supreme chess player, but I do like the game itself. So let's get into this track, good people. Just get into this track. Here we go. Back on the ground. 1,000 watts, 1,000 watts, 1,000 watts. It's about to get hot. So as you can see at the top, I got it up there. Like, sub, share, comment. Either one, anyone, all of them. It don't even matter. Just pick one of them and do one of them. Or if you can, do all of them. I would appreciate it. I ain't mentioned it all night, so I just thought about it. I was like, I ain't said don't sub. I ain't said don't like. I ain't said don't share. I ain't said don't comment. Do all of them or do one of them or some of them or any of them. It don't matter to me. Just help your boy out. Help your boy. I'm trying to get on the road to right now just 100, but you know I'm trying to come up on 200 real easy, real fast like this here all the time. Let's see what I got. So I just want to say shout out to all of the late night shifters, because I usually drop this about 12 o'clock. So shout out to all the late night shifters, the late owls, the one who's out there when nobody else is, you know, the doctors, the lawyers, the policemen, the firemen, the EMS, everybody who's just late night. Waffle House, yeah, my Waffle House people too out there. Can't forget about the big truck drivers, all my big truck drivers, box truck, big truck, vans, whatever you're doing, man, just stay safe and keep your head on a swivel and don't let that black dog get you, just like that. So yeah, keep your head on a swivel. I got this, let me see what I'm gonna say. Let's see, it says I got this and I thought it was funny, but nowadays, like Sir Hill said, like you can't even do nothing to these children. Like back in my day, you know, you get knocked out, you be in the living room on the floor, you'd be like, what happened to such and such? Yeah, he was talking back, you got his teeth knocked out and he sleep. That's him right there. But it says many parents would like to use the rod on the psychiatrist who advised him to spare the child. See that? You want to beat somebody else for telling them not to use the rod, cause sometimes that's all you need is a little popping, let you know, hey, it's consequences. But I know some people don't believe in that, but okay, let's get back into red lipstick vibe. Wrong thing. Your boy messing up, struggle, screaming, oh well.
Yeah, it's definitely a different animal now. Definitely a different animal, to say the least.
Yeah. I'm gonna need y'all to lay off the church girls, okay?
I love church girls. I don't know what you're talking about. Okay? I love church.
What you thinking about that, World Class?
Oh, I'm the worst. If that's what you want, I'm the worst person to ask.
I cannot.
All of my early I don't know what adulthood behavior started when I was with these church girls, and first time
leave us alone.
I was 11.
Y'all try to mess with the church girls now.
They would, but you know, when you go to church, like my family used to go to church pretty often, and I could tell you that the church, because you're in the city. Mm-hmm. So you know, people we do holidays together and stuff like that. So we ended up at my grandmother's house. Everybody stayed the night, and I was 11, she was 12, and we did it on her bathroom floor. So yeah, most of my first encounters was with church girls.
I love church girls.
I cannot do
Oh yeah, okay. This is right there. That's it. I'll sit there and lie to you.
I told you, Ty, I love me some church girls for a reason.
Y'all made my dad walk out the room. He walked out the room shaking his head at y'all.
I love them for the wrong reasons.
Oh my goodness. What you think about what happened we talked about so far on Diesel?
I just got here. I can't stay on long because as y'all can see, I'm at work. But like I said, I feel like, church girls are a blessing to the world. So we need to accept our blessings.
You know what?
And I'm just saying, that's what the Lord says: accept your blessings and grow with them. Ain't that what the Bible say?
Oh my God. I cannot. You got my dad laughing at you.
Listen, I'm just saying the Lord said to the accept your blessings and spread thy seed, and that I just try to abide by those laws.
Oh my God.
You know?
I cannot. I did. You hear him, Daddy? He said you spreading oats, not seeds.
Oh man.
Oh my goodness. All right, let me finish playing the clip, y'all.
Church, they love the church girl.
We all of us are not loosey goosey, okay?
Church girl, get ready.
Yeah. I'm with you, look, Coach, I'm with you. Look, my church, when we used to go to visiting church, me and my brothers, my homeboys, we be like, who gonna get the number? Who, you know, and that was my grounds. That's where I trained myself.
You trained yourself.
Yeah.
So Sycamore Hill Missionary Baptist Church.
Oh my God! Shout out to Sycamore Hill.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Oh, okay. Well, that was the end of that clip, y'all. But you know, I have to say, I think Ruff actually kind of said something towards it, and somebody on the panel said it too. I think a lot of times when it comes to us kids in general growing up in a really structured household, or what is the other word for it? Like, you know, strict. And then, you know, when you get a chance to go outside and play, you just turn up in a bad way sometimes, you know. And I just asked my dad the question, and he said, well, you know the story of the prodigal son. You know, he didn't want to stay with dad. He wanted to take his half of the money and party. And he ended up in the pig pen because he didn't want to adhere to structure anymore. And honestly, you can actually use that analogy for a lot of the situations that are happening today with our young people. Yep. Where, you know, when your parents are teaching you a way to keep you safe, teaching you how to become, you know, well with your wealth, your health, and you know, you see something shiny on the outside, so you want to go play, and then you end up in trouble.
Mm-hmm.
All right. I was getting into it. I could go all day with this, but I think I found my next video that I'm gonna try to do. I may try to go. Well, I'm gonna try to go in and find some conversations about church girls. Like, that was a good conversation. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, that's deep. That's deep. So, you know, that might be on the next clip. So I'm about to end this thing, good people, and I just want to send shots out to all of the creators that was on the Red Lipstick panel. I only know Mr. He Said and Mrs. She Said. I know Kosher Clinic clinician. Of course, Red Lipstick Vibe. Shout out to you, sis. I'll give you yours at the end because I gotta go a little deep with you. Diesel TV, I never heard of him, but I'm gonna look him up, probably follow him. You do the same. The World Class Noble. Shout out to you, brother. Appreciate you. And the other brothers I do not know. I seen Big Hink on the bottom channel. He went out, but shout out to Big Hink. And all of the other creators that was on there that I don't know. I apologize, I didn't see your name. So, you know, this was a review of a review. So I appreciate your Lipstick Vibe, sis, for allowing me to come in and use your content. I appreciate you. And if you don't know, now you know. I'm going to put all the contacts, all the content, everything that you need to follow, share, and just contact her in the description below. So know that it's going down there. And if you need to find out, if you want to hear this particular episode in this full clip, then you have to go down there and click it. Right now, I'm just kind of giving you like hints here and hints there. Not sure if I want to hit you guys up with the end track, but I might just do that. I do have an outro of let's see, what is this? It says, the trouble with an argument. This is my. I'm finna get ready to shut it down. Y'all know that, right? Y'all know that. This YouTube thing gets to be a little rough. So it says the thing with the trouble with an argument is that after all that is said and done, most people refuse to leave it at that or leave it that way. You see that? Sometimes you just gotta leave stuff the way it is, man. If that's how it is, then that's how it's gonna be, and then that's it. You know what I'm saying? So, I appreciate you joining me on this stream. For those who made it to the end, I truly, truly, truly appreciate you. For the ones who just came in, hit the like button, check me out a little bit of something, you know what I'm saying, the vibe a little bit, man, I appreciate you too. Thank you so much. And for those who may just came in and just hit the like button and got the hell on, then that's fine. You know what I'm saying? I'm good with it. I appreciate that too. But I appreciate y'all coming in, spending time with me. I'm about to shut it down. I said I was gonna let y'all get this last track because I had one more track to go. So let me see if I could find that thing and let y'all, ride out on that. But of course, yeah, let me see. I got two of them. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna let my homeboy Joe drop it on y'all. He's actually called Boss 747. I don't think my man doing it no more, but here's one of the tracks that he did, and tell me what you think in the comments. And I'm out. Peace. Hasta luego. Adios. We won't say goodbye, but we're gonna just see you later. Until the next time, I'm Joe Blaze, your humble host. This is 1000 Watt Radio. Peace, 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 and peace. Check it out.